It's that time of the year that we're starting to move into the holiday season, and what I like to call YouTube season. Now, something you've probably noticed over the years is that when you pay attention to usually a lot of the biggest channels, they will usually upload a lot of their best content from now and to the end of the year. I mean, this is when a lot of YouTubers are just working overtime to just upload as much as they can, the highest quality stuff they can, just the biggest everything. I mean, even if you look at Mr. Beast's catalog from last December, that's when he was doing the big $1 million giveaway. And this is also when you have plenty of channels putting together their own YouTube rewinds, which are always a lot of fun. But why is it that everyone is so ambitious to get all of their best videos out before the end of the year? Well, the simplest answer is money. So as everybody knows by now, the majority of most YouTubers' income comes from ad revenue. And that ad revenue comes from advertisers. So you have plenty of advertisers who, now that we're in the shopping season, are all like, hey, everyone is going to be shopping. Here, please come buy from us. We know you're looking to buy stuff for your people. So they're throwing all of their ad money all over the internet, trying to get all of the eyes as possible onto their content so people will buy their stuff. And not only that, a lot of companies that sell stuff usually have a set budget for advertisement, and they have like quarterly budgets for every 3 months, and then they have yearly budgets. And so right now, you have a lot of companies that just have a lot of leftover advertising spending, and so they're just like, all right, throw all of the money we have left over into advertising right now. Because obviously this is when everyone's spending tons of money on Christmas shopping and people are getting extra bonuses. So I mean, from Black Friday to Christmas is just like peak capitalism time. And you could also bring up points about how December is really cold months, and so a lot of people are indoors watching videos rather than being outside. And so everything just kind of puts together this perfect storm of making everything about YouTube just peak at this time of the year. And so as you can imagine, while so many people are putting tons of money into these advertisements, people who make YouTube videos are making more money per click on their videos. And so these YouTube channels want to put up the absolute best content and also the most content possible. Maybe they've been saving up videos for the past few months, just so they can upload as much as possible when the ad rates are really high. That way they get a lot more clicks, and then each click is worth a lot more money, and then they can also probably sell a lot more merch too. And of course there are plenty of other channels that maybe don't have anything saved up, but they'll just keep going about their regular upload schedule, but they'll notice their income will be a bit higher than usual. But then once you pass around Christmas and enter into January, that's when ad rates plummet. So that's why you'll also see a lot of YouTubers just take breaks in January, because they're like, well, I worked my butt off all of December, I made tons of money, and now there's no money to be made, so now's a good time to just take a break. I mean, think back to when PewDiePie took his break. Do you remember what time of year that was? It was January to February. So let me just show you a channel that I was running last year. So I got monetized only around April, so it's a little bit hard to show the whole year, but this was just for 2019. So I mean, I started out at around, looks like $3 to $5 RPM for most of the year. But then as you get later, you get into like late November, and then you get some massive spikes, and just my overall average is much higher. Let's look into the last 365 days, because then you go from these like sometimes as high as like $10 or $15, then January rolls around and it's like $2 or $3. So it's a very noticeable trend. I actually know somebody who works for a very large YouTuber. I won't say who it is, but they were telling me last year that their ad rates in January were about 1/9 what they were in December. So that's 9 times more money per click in December than it was in January. So that really just shows how massive of a difference you can really see. I mean, my difference was only maybe like 3 or 4 times more in December, but you know, every channel's different. So just try this out. Pay attention to a lot of the channels that you watch and see what they're uploading for December. See if they're uploading more frequently, see if they're uploading their best videos, and then see if they kind of drop off in January. Now, for some of the small channels or the people who are thinking about starting a channel, you might think like, oh, now's a good time to get started because, you know, this is peak YouTube season. But to be honest, I would say the best time to start a channel is in January. Now, I mean, there's nothing wrong with starting a YouTube channel at any time of the year, but think about this. So let's say you start a New Year's resolution for like, all right, I want to start a new YouTube channel and my resolution is to make this channel work. Now in January, like I said, you have all the big channels that have kind of like taken a break, and ad revenues are way down in January. Well, as a small channel, you don't care about ad revenues at all because you're probably not even monetized yet. So in January, you've got much less competition and you've got all the time in the world to start growing. So then if you continue on with the New Year's resolution and you get your channel to keep growing throughout the year, then by next year you're actually able to make a lot more money when the whole YouTube season starts. Anyway, I don't personally have any amazing videos planned. Maybe I'll try to upload a little bit more frequently, but get ready for another fun YouTube season.